Shabbat Shalom Mishpaka. This is the Minka for Shabbat Eve, Tehillim 107. And that is what you need to read. That's prayer. Minka means afternoon prayer, okay, evening prayer. It says, give thanks to Adonai for his good, his kindness endures forever. Let us redeemed by Adonai say it, those redeemed from the tormentor's hand. He gathered them from the lands, from the east and from the west, from the north and from the sea. They wandered in the wilderness on a path of desolation, an inhabited city. They did not find, hungry and also thirsty. Their soul fainted within them. They cried out to Adonai in their distress. From their woes he rescued them. He led them upon a straight path to go to an inhabited city. Let them thank Adonai for his kindness and for his wonders to mankind. For he sated the yearning soul and filled the hungry soul with good. Those who sat in darkness and the shadow of death, shackled in affliction and iron because of the fiery words of Elohim and the counsel of the Supreme One they scorned, so he humbled their heart with hard labor. They stumbled and there was none to help. Then they cried out to Adonai in their distress. From their woes he saved them. He brought them out of darkness and the shadow of death and broke open their shackles. Let them thank Adonai for his kindness and for his wonders to mankind, for his smashed copper gates and cast asunder iron bolts. The fools, because of their sinful path and their iniquities, they were afflicted. Their soul abhorred all food, and they reached unto the portals of death. Then they cried out to Adonai in their distress, and from their woes he saved them. He dispatched this world and killed them, and let them escape their destruction. Let them thank Adonai for his kindness and for his wonders to mankind, and let them sacrifice thanksgivings for his wonders to let them sacrifice thanksgiving offerings and relate his works with joyful song. Those who go down to the sea in ships, who do their work in many waters, they have seen the deeds of Adonai and his wonders in the watery deep. He spoke, and the stormy wind stood up and lifted up his waves. They rise heavenward, they descend to the depths, their soul melts with trouble. They reel, they stagger like a drunkard, and all their wisdom is swallowed up. Then they cried out to Adonai in their distress. From their woes he removed them. He transforms the storm to calmness, and their waves are still. They rejoiced because they were quiet, and he guided them to the desired boundary. Let them thank Adonai for his kindness and for his wonders to mankind. Let them exalt him in the assembly of people, and at the session of the elders praise him. He turns rivers to a desert and springs of water to aridity, a fruitful land to a salty waste because of the evil of his inhabitants. He turns the desert to a pool of water and arid land into springs of water. There he settled the hungry, and they established an inhabited city. They sold fields and planted vineyards that yielded a fruitful harvest. He baruched them, and they multiplied greatly, and he did not decrease their livestock. Though they had been diminished and stood from lingering trouble and agony, he pours contempt upon nobles and makes them wander in the pathless wasteland. He strengthens the destitute from poverty and makes families lack of luck. The upright shall see and be glad, and all iniquity shut his mouth. Whoever is wise, let him know these things, and they will comprehend the kindnesses of Adonai. Beloved of the soul, compassionate Abba, throw your servant your will, your servant holy like a heart above of your majesty. To him your friendship will be sweeter than the dripping of the honeycomb and any taste. Majestic, beautiful radiance of the universe, my soul pines for your love. Please, O Elohim, hear her now by showing her the pleasantness of your radiance, then she be strengthened and healed and gladness to be hers. All worthy one, may your mercy be aroused, and please take pity on the son of a beloved, because so very long that I've yearned intensely to see the splendor of your strength. Only this my heart desired, so please take pity and do not conceal yourself. Please be revealed and spread upon me, my beloved, the shelter of your shalom. Illuminate the world with your glory, that we may rejoice and be glad with you. Hasten Sholah, for the time has come, and shows grace as in the days of old. This Minka continues with regular weekday service on page 248. Adonai spoke to Moshe, saying, make a laver of copper and its base of copper for washing, and place it between the tent of appointment and the altar, and put water, the akron, and the censer to wash their hands of it. From it, when they arrive at the tent of appointment, they are to wash with water so they not die. Or when they approach the altar to serve to burn a fire offering to Adonai, they are to wash their hands and feet so they not die, and it shall be an eternal decree for them, for him and for his offspring throughout the generations. Now I'm standing up for this. He said, may it be your will, Adonai Elohenu, and the Elohim of our forefathers, say, have mercy on us and pardon us for all our errors, atone for us for all our iniquities. Forgive us for all our willful sins, and the holy time will be rebuked speedily in all days, so that we may offer to you the continual offering, that you may atone for us, as you have prescribed for us your Torah through Moshe your servant, from your glorious mouth, as it is said. Adonai spoke to Moshe, saying, command the children of the Yeshurun, tell them, my offering, my food, my fires, my satisfying aroma, You are to be scrumptious to offer me in its appointed time. And you are to tell them, this is the fair offering that you have to bring to Adonai. May yelling service you to perform it in the morning, and the second lamb service you to perform it in the afternoon with a tenth effort of fine flour as a meal offering, mixed with a quarter hin of crushed olive oil. It is the continual oil elevation offering that was done on Mount Sinai for satisfied aroma. Offer your offering to Adonai its libation is a quarter hin for each lamb to be poured on the holy altar for metal libation to Adonai. And the second lamb service was performed in the afternoon like the meal offering of the morning, and its libation to make a fair offering for a satisfied aroma to Adonai. He is to slaughter it on the north side of the altar before Adonai, and Aaron's sons the Kohanim are to dash his blood upon the altar all around. May it be your will, Adonai Eloheinu, and the Elohim of our forefathers, that this recital be worthy and acceptable and favorable before you, as if we have offered the continual offering in its set time, in its place, and according to its requirements. It is you, Adonai Eloheinu, that's a ketoret. That's what I'm saying, incense. It is you, Adonai Eloheinu, before whom our forefathers burned the incense spices on the time when the holy temple stood, as you commanded them through Moshe your Nabi, as it is written in your Torah. Adonai said to Moshe, take yourself spices, starch your onycha and gabanon, spices and pure frankincense. They ought to be of equal weight. You ought to make it into an incense and spice compound and hard work of an expert spice compounder, thoroughly mixed, pure and holy. You ought to grind some of it finely and place some of it before the testimony in the tent of appointment, where I shall designate a time to meet you. It shall be a holy of holies for you. It is also written, Aaron shall burn upon it incense spices every morning. When he cleanses the lamps, is to burn it. And when Aaron ignites the lamps in the afternoon, is to burn it as a continual incense for Adonai throughout your generations. The rabbis thought, how is the incense mixture formulated? 368 manna were in it, 365 corresponding to the days of the solar year, and manna for each day, half in the morning and half in the afternoon, and 3 extra manna from which the Kohen Gadol will bring both his sent forth into the Holy of Holies on Yom Kippur, and he will return them to the immortal on the day before Yom Kippur, and grind them very thoroughly so that it will be exceptionally fine. 11 kinds of spices were in it as follows: 1 starch, 2 onycha, 3 gabanon, 4 frankincense, each weighing 70 manna, 5 myrrh, 6 cassia, 7 spikenard, 8 saffron, each weighing 16 manna, 9 costos, 12 manna, 10 aromatic bag, 3 and 11 cinnamon, 9 additionally casino lye, 9 cups Cyprus wine, 3 sea and 3 cup. If he has no Cyprus wine, he brings old white wine, sodium salt, a quarter cup, and a minute amount of smoke raisin herb. Rabbi Nathan the Babylonian says also a minute amount of Jordan amber. If he placed fruit honey into it, he invalidated it. But if he left out any of its spices, is liable to the death penalty. Rabbi Shimeon the Chameleon says the starch is simply the sap that drips from the balsam trees. Why is cashew lye used? To bleach onycha to make it pleasing. Why is cypress wine used? So that onycha could be soaked in it to make a pungent. Even though urine is more suitable for that, nevertheless, you do not bring urine into the temple out of respect. It is taught, Rabbi Nissen says, as one grind incense, another will say grind thoroughly, grind, because the sound is beneficial for the spices. If one mixed in half quantities, it was fit to use, but as a third quarter, we have not heard the law. Rabbi Yehuda said, this is the general rule. In its proper proportion, this is for use in half a full amount. But if you left out any one of its spices, it's liable to the death penalty. It is taught by Kapparah says, once every 60 to 70 years, the accumulated leftovers reached half the yearly quantity. But Kapparah thought further, had one put a cutoff of fruit honey into it, no person would have resisted its scent. Why did they not mix fruit honey into it? Because the Torah says, for any living or any fruit honey, you're not to burn from there a fire offering to Adonai. Adonai Zivorot is with us, a strong force, element of Yaakov Selah. Adonai Zivorot is with us, a strong force, element of Yaakov Selah. Adonai Zivorot is with us, a strong force, element of Yaakov Selah. Adonai Zivorot, praise word is the person who trusts you. Adonai Zivot, praise word is the person who trusts you. Adonai Zivot, praise word is the person who trusts you. Adonai Attila made the Melech answers on the day we call. Adonai Attila made the Melech answers on the day we call. Adonai Attila made the Melech answers on the day we call. You're a shelter for me from distress to preserve me, and with glad song of rescue envelope me, Selah. May the offering of Yehuda and Jerusalem be pleasing to Adonai in the days of old and in the former years. Now, before I read the Anabekor, I'm going to scan it. After scanning it, then I'm going to read the Anabekor in Hebrew and in English. Anabekoak Gedulat Yemnika Tatiu Zerura Kabel Rinat Amnika Sagvenu Taharenu Nora Nar Gibor Doshev Yekudeka, Kivavat, Shomrem, Barakem, Taharem, Rakme, Zaditekeka, Tamid, Gomlem, Kasit, Kadosh. Berov, Tovka, Nahir, Adateka, Yakid, Gea, Liamka, Pne, Zojri, Kedushateka, Shagavetenu, Kobel, Ushma, Saakatenu, Yodia, Ta'almod. Baruch, Shem, Kivod, Makotov, Leolam Va'ed. Now read it in English. We beg you with the strength of your right and greatness, untangle our knotted faith. Accept the prayer of your nation, strengthen us, purify us, O awesome one. Please, O strong one, those who foster your oneness, grow them like the purple of an eye. Baruch them, purify them, show them pity, may your righteousness always recompense them. Powerful Holy One, with your abundant goodness guide your congregation, one and only exalted one, tend to your nation, which proclaims your holiness. Accept our entreaty and hear our cry, O knower of mysteries. Baruch is the name of his glorious kingdom for all eternity. Are you ready now? We are going to read Asheri. You see it's written here, Asheri. Now when you say Aleph, are you ready? Okay. Praiseworthy are those who dwell in your house, may they always praise your seller. Praiseworthy is the people for whom this is so. Praiseworthy is the people whose El is Adonai. A psalm of praise by David. Aleph.
Aleph.
I will exalt you, Elohenu the Melech. I will baruch your name forever and ever. Bet. Every day I will baruch you and I will laud your name forever and ever. Gimel. Adonai is great and exceedingly louder than his greatness is beyond investigation.
Yes.
Each generation will praise you this to the next of your mighty deeds they will tell. Hey,
Hey. Hey.
the splendorous glory of your power and your wondrous deeds I shall discourse.
Vav.
And of your awesome power they will speak, and your greatness I shall relate.
Zayin.
A recollection of your abundant goodness thou utter, and of your righteousness thou sing exultantly. Gracious and merciful is Adonai, slow to anger and great in bestowing kindness.
Tet.
Adonai is good to all his mercies and all his works.
Yod.
All your works shall thank you, Adonai, and your devout ones will baruch you.
Kaf.
Of the glory of your kingdom they'll speak, and of your power they'll tell. Lamed. Just go to my Lamed. To inform human beings of his mighty deeds and the glorious splendor of his kingdom. Mem. Your kingdom is a kingdom spanning all eternity, so your dominion is throughout every generation.
Nun. Samek.
Samek in this one. Okay, they skipped Nun.
There's one that they put.
So let's go Samek together.
Samek.
Adonai supports all the fallen ones and straightens all the bends. Ayin. The eyes of all look to you with hope, and you give them their food in its proper time. Hey. You open your hand and satisfy the desire of every living thing. Zadik. What is Zadik? Righteous is Adonai in all his ways, and magnanimous in all his deeds.
Kuf.
Adonai is close to all, call upon him sincerely. Resh. The will of those who fear him he will do, and they cry he will hear and save them. Shin. Adonai protects all who love him, but all the wicked he will destroy.
Ta.
May my mouth declare the praise of Adonai, and may all flesh baruch his holy name forever and ever. We will baruch Elohim from this time and forever. Hallelujah. Amen. To do is the Amida. I cannot do any recording or do anything there. I have to do it, then I'll record after that. This for some reasons, because of the instructions that comes with that kind of prayer. Now I'm at the Kabbalah Shabbos. Tehillim 9:5. He said, come, let us sing to Adonai, let us call out to the rock of our Yeshua. Let us greet him with thanksgiving and with praiseful songs. Let us call out to him for a great Elis Adonai and a great Melech above all Shamayim powers. For in his power the hidden mysteries of earth and the mountain summit are his. For his is the sea, and he perfected it in the dry land summit. And the dry land, he sends fashion it. Come, let us prostrate ourselves and bow. Let us kneel before Elohim our Maker, for he is Elohim, and we can be the flock he pastures, and the sheep in his charge. Even today, if you but heed his call, do not harden your heart as at Meribah. As on the day of Massa in the wilderness, when your ancestors tried me, they tested me, though they had seen my deed. For 40 years I was angry with the generation, and I said, an errant-hearted people are they, and they know not my ways. Therefore I have sworn in my wrath that they shall not enter my land of contentment. Sing to Adonai a new song, sing to Adonai everyone on earth, sing to Adonai Baruch his name, announce his Yeshua daily. Relate his glory among the nations, among all peoples, his wonders. Adonai is great and exceedingly loud, awesome is he above all Shemaim powers. For all the deities of the peoples are nothings, but Adonai made Shemaim. Glory and majesty are before him, might and splendor is in the sanctuary. Render unto Adonai, O families of the peoples, render unto Adonai honor and might, render unto Adonai honor worthy of his name. Take an offering and come to his courtyards, prostrate yourselves before Adonai's intense lowly place. Tremble before him, everyone everyone on earth. Declare among the peoples, Adonai reigns in the world is fixed so that it cannot falter. He will judge the peoples with fairness. The Shaman will be glad and earth to rejoice, and the sea and its fullness to roar. The field and everything in it to exult, and all the trees of the forest will sing with joy. Before Adonai, for you have arrived to judge the earth. He will judge the world with righteousness, and the peoples with submit. When Adonai will reign, the world will rejoice. Numerous islands will be glad. Cloud and dense darkness will surround him. With righteousness and justice are his throne's foundation. Fire will advance before him and consume his enemies all around. His lightning bolts will light up the world. The inhabitants of the earth will see and tremble. Mountains will melt like wax before Adonai, before the Lord of all the earth. The Shaman will declare his righteousness, and all the people will see his glory. Humiliated will be all who worship deities, who pride themselves in worthless deities. To him all the powers will bow. Zion will hear and be glad, and the daughters of Yehuda will exult. Because of a judgment, Adonai, for you, Adonai, are supreme above all the earth, exceedingly exalted above all powers. All lovers of Adonai despise evil. He guards the lives of his devout ones from the hand of the wicked, rescues them. Light is sown for the righteous, and for the upright of heart, gladness. Be glad, O ye righteous in Adonai, and give grateful praise at the mention of his holy name. A psalm, sing to Adonai a new song, for he has done wonders. His own right hand and his holy arm have helped him. Adonai has made known his Yeshua in the sight of the nations to reveal his righteousness. He recalled his kindness and faithfulness to the house of Yeshua. All the ends of the earth have seen his Yeshua of Elohenu. Call out to Adonai, O inhabitants of the earth. Open your mouth, enjoy a song, and play music. Play music to Adonai on a harp, with harp and the sound of chanted praise, with trumpets and shofar sound. Call out before the Melech Adonai, the sea and its fullness will roar the world and those who dwell therein. Rivers will clap hands, mountains will exalt together before Adonai, for you have arrived to judge earth. He will judge the world righteousness and peoples with fairness. When Adonai will reign, nations will tremble before him, who enthroned on cherub, and the earth will quake. Before Adonai, who is great in Zion, who is exalted above all nations, though gratefully praise you, great and awesome name. It is holy, mighty is the Melech who loves justice. You founded fairness, the justice and righteousness of Yaakov you have made. Exalt Adonai Elohenu and bow out his full soul. His holy motion and crown were among his priests, and Shumuel among those who invoked his name. They called upon Adonai, and he answered them. In a pillar of cloud he spoke to them. They obeyed his testimonies, whatever decree he gave them. Adonai Elohenu, you answered them. A forgiving El were you to them, and an avenger for their iniquities. Exalt Adonai Elohenu and bow at his holy mountain, for holy is Adonai Elohenu. A psalm of David. Render unto Adonai, you sons of the powerful. Render unto Adonai honor and might. Render unto Adonai honor word of his name. Prostrate yourselves for Adonai, its intense lowly place. The voice of Adonai is upon the waters. The El of glory thunders. Adonai is upon vast waters. The voice of Adonai is in power. The voice of Adonai is in majesty. The voice of Adonai breaks the cedars. Adonai shatters the cedars of Lebanon. He makes them prance about like a calf. Lebanon and Syria like young remnant. The voice of Adonai cleaves with shouts of fire. The voice of Adonai converses the wilderness. Adonai converses the wilderness of Kadesh. The voice of Adonai frightens the hinds and strips the forest ball. While in his temple all proclaim glory. Adonai sat enthroned at the deluge. Adonai sits enthroned and smell like forever. Adonai will give might to his people. Adonai will baruch his people with shalom. Now we'll go back again to the Anabeko. I like to read it in Hebrew first before I read it in English, because it's very powerful prayer in Hebrew. Anna Bekoa Gedulat Yemnika Tatiu Zerura Kabel Rinat Aminka Sagavenu Taharenu Nora Nar Gibodo Shev Yekudeka Kivavat Shomrem Barkem Taharem Rakme Zadek Takeka Tamid Gomlem Kasit Kadosh Berot Tovka Nahi Adateka Yahid Gia Lemka Pne Sochre Kerushateka Shagavitenu Kabel Ushma Akatenu Yodia Alumot Baruch Shem Kivol Malkutov Liolam Vaed. Ice laughing. Stop that. We beg you with the strength of your right hand's greatness, untangle our knotted fate. Accept the prayer of your nation, strengthen us, purify us, all someone. Please, O strong one, those who foster your oneness, guard them like the pupil of an eye. Baruch them, purify them, show them pity. May your righteousness always recompense them. Powerful Holy One, with abundant goodness guide your congregation. One and only exalted one, tend to your nation who proclaims your holiness. Accept our entreaty and hear cry, O Noah of mysteries. Baruch is the name of his glorious kingdom for all eternity. I know you'll be wondering, why am I saying untangle our knotted fate instead of saying untie the banded sins? Untangle our knotted fate is a better translation to that. That's why I say that. Now it's time to invite the Shabbat. Come, my beloved, to greet the bride, the Shabbat presence, let us welcome. Come, my beloved, to greet the bride, the Shabbat presence, let us welcome. Save God and remember in a single utterance the one and only El made us hear. Adonai Ehad, and his name is Ehad, for renown, for splendor, and for praise. Come, my beloved, to greet the bride, the Shabbat presence, let us welcome. Now it's something that is being repeated, okay, by people that that like a repetition. To welcome the Shabbat, come let us go, for it's the source of Beraka from the beginning, from antiquity shows honored, last indeed, but first in thought. Come, my beloved, to greet the bride, the Shabbat presence, let us welcome. O sanctuary of the Melech city, arise and depart from amid the of evil. Too long have you dwelt in the valley of weeping, we shower compassion on you. Come, my beloved, to greet the bride, the Shabbat presence, let us welcome. Shake off the dust, arise, don your splendid clothes, my people. Through the son of Jesse, the Bethlehemite, draw near to my soul to redeem it. Come, my beloved, to greet the bride, the Shabbat presence, let us welcome. Wake up, for your light has come. Rise up and shine, awaken, utter a song. The glory of Adonai is revealed on you. Come, my beloved, to greet the bride, the Shabbat presence, let us welcome. Feel not ashamed, be not humiliated. Why you downcast, why you disconsolate? In you my peoples afflicted find shelter as the city is built upon the hilltop. Come, my beloved, to greet the bride, the Shabbat presence, let us welcome. May your oppressors be downtrodden, may those who devoured you be cast off. Your Elo will rejoice over you like a groom rejoicing over his bride. Come, my beloved, to greet the bride, the Shabbat presence, let us welcome. Rightward and leftward, you shall spread out mightily, and shall install the might of Adonai. Through the man descended from Perez. Then we shall be glad and mirthful. Come, my beloved, to greet the bride, the Shabbat presence, welcome. So now we'll stand up and then we'll now invite the Shabbat. Now we'll say what? Enter in shalom, O crown of a husband, even in joyous song and good cheer, among the faithful of the treasured nation. Enter, O bride. Enter, O bride. Enter, O bride, the Shabbat queen. That's right, it is. He said, come, my beloved, to greet the bride, the Shabbat presence, let us welcome. Now with this psalm we take take ourselves the Shabbat. A psalm, a song for the Shabbat day. It is good to thank Adonai and sing praise to your name, O exalted one, to relate your kindness in the dawn and your faith in the night. Upon the 10-stringed instrument lyra with singing accompanied by harp, for you've gladdened me, Adonai, with your deeds. At the works of your hands I will sing glad song. How great are your deeds, Adonai, exceedingly profound your thoughts. A boy cannot know, nor can the fool overstand this, that when the wicked bloom like grass and all doors of iniquity blossom, it is to destroy them till eternity, but you remain exalted forever. Adonai, for behold your enemies, Adonai, for behold your enemies shall perish. The spoils shall be all doors of iniquity. As exalted as a rim shall be my pride, I will be saturated with ever fresh oil. My eyes shall see, have seen my vigilant foes. When those who would harm me rise up against me, my ears have heard their doom. A righteous man will flourish like a date palm, like a cedar in the Lebanon. He will grow tall. Planted in the house of Adonai in the courtyards of Olehenu, they will flourish. They will still be fruitful in old age, vigorous and fresh they will be, to declare that Adonai is just, my rock in whom there is no wrong. I'll stop here.